Okay. Now that Dario's all good and he had his snack time, we're going to talk about the Philadelphia 76ers.
I sound so fat now. Yo, fuck you, man.
So
fuck Philly too, man.
I think the 76ers are contenders because I think what a lot of people are going to have a hard time guarding is this man on our screen, Mr. Joel Embiid. Yeah, I see a lot of people having a hard time with that matchup. And then I think that they have good defense as well. So I see them being able to win. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Talk your shit, man. I'm in agreement with you. I have the Nets and Philly are my contenders. That's who I think one of those two will make the conference finals. I mean, sorry, not the conference finals, the NBA, the NBA finals.
Same, that's what I thought. I feel like if Philly can get past the Nets, then they could probably do well against any team in the West.
So we straight up disrespecting Milwaukee right now.
Wait, hold on, I got a question.
Wait a minute.
Will the finals winner be an Eastern Conference team? Like, will this be the Eastern Conference Finals determining the NBA Finals, like a few years ago with Houston and Golden State, or like even before, like in the Laker era, when you get to the finals and it's a much easier matchup. Is it going to be like that, or do you think the best matchups will happen in the finals?
I don't know, because the reason I like the finals matchups is, all right, so first, to me, it all depends on what happens with the Lakers. That matters a lot to me. And
I'm sure.
Not only because I'm a Lakers fan, but because they were clearly the best team in the NBA. I don't care what we talking about. When we were on this podcast, they were second in the West, and LeBron was just chilling, talking his shit. Anthony Davis was kind of there, just being a decent all-star kind of player, max. And we were fine. We were looking like the best team still. And once I see this injury now, you took away
We're not talking about the Lakers right now. You're doing the whole Lakers thing right now. We're not talking about the fucking Lakers right now.
I was just trying to...
I was thinking you were going to do something small, like a small tidbit. This guy's like, fuck Philly. We're talking about what I want to do. Fuck you. Like, what is he doing right now?
That's hilarious, but
we're fucking talking.
I was trying to explain to you how I get to this, but no.
I was like, how are we talking about the Lakers right now? Joel Embiid's on my screen.
I think what he's trying to say is what I think as well.
Which like is Anthony Davis All-Star Fest.
Yeah, I think what Dario is trying to say in the longest route, and I'll say it in the simplest route, if the Lakers are injured, they're not going to win, so the Sixers could win. If the Lakers aren't injured, Dario thinks that they're going to win and kick everybody's ass. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Well, I had it as a Philly and LA. Thank you, Lindsay. I really appreciate that. I'm just, I don't care what, Russell, if you cut this, I need you to keep it so people can see how stupid I am. But look, so yes, I agree. Exactly what you said, Lindsay. Because I had Lakers and Philly as my NBA finals.
Oh, yeah. Well, to start the season, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and my thing is, Philly's going to get there. All right?
You think?
And I'm seeing the Clippers. If the Lakers don't do their thing, I got Clippers. You're welcome, Lindsay.
I disagree with you. Is that fucked?
No, yeah. But you guys were wrong last year. Remember? I was explaining all of this to you guys. Told you it was gonna happen before it happened, and then it happened. And I could say this, and I can't say shit because my Lakers won, and it's fine. So I got the all rights to say Lakers lose, Clippers get to the finals. Then you get Paul George and Kawhi Leonard against Doc Rivers, and that's the whole narrative. It's gonna be awesome.
That would be a cute.
Philly's gonna fuck you up, huh?
Also, same team colors should be cool.
Exactly, and Philly's gonna fuck y'all up. That's my whole thing, because nobody is gonna.
I have it where if the Lakers don't come out, I thought the Jazz would come out over the Clippers. But that's for my reaction to the Clippers later on in the podcast.
I've heard this narrative get tossed around, NBA circles the last 2 weeks, which is Joel Embiid is the easiest basket in the NBA right now. Like he converts the easiest basket. Do you agree or disagree? I completely disagree, and I love Joel.
They said easiest, so they're pretty much saying he's the most efficient.
Yeah, I don't agree.
There's a man, his name
Brooklyn,
Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
and he can score from literally anywhere you ask him to on the court.
Yeah, I think he's the easiest bucket in the league.
Yeah, especially since he's averaging he's field goal percentage 57%.
Yeah.
3-point percentage 40-something percent. 48, 45, some shit like that.
But this is the case for Joel. The case for Joel is what you're seeing on your screen right now, which is him destroying the paint this year. He has become a post-Savage, the likes of which hasn't been seen, and he can stop and do a step back three, just for fun, and get hyped about it, as you see. But
I like Embiid. I like to I
love his swag.
Man.
I just like his swag. He's a fun human.
Yeah.
Fucking,
he's super, I've seen him in interviews and stuff, and he's pretty down to earth. So
let's get this out of the way. Joel Embiid, top 5 NBA player, yes or no?
Oh, this year? For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, he's in my top 5.
I would say the fairy podmother is going to have a case at the end of the year for this breakout player. We'll see.
But he
don't have a fucking case.
All right, so tell me something. You go from top 10 to top 5.
I think he was lower than top 10 before this.
Yeah.
There was a lot missing from his game. People were very much questioning his fatigue, his fucking his body in general. I
don't know, man.
There was a lot of questions about Embiid. And it was the two guys for me that I was championing to the moon were Embiid and Giannis.
Yes.
And
I like Embiid.
Yeah. But I always felt like what it would be sick if Giannis and Joel Embiid played together. But now I don't really have to worry about it because Ben Simmons is doing an amazing Giannis impression. Just not scoring the points, but basically doing everything else that Giannis did first. And just wreaking havoc defensively, the best defensive player in basketball. It's either him or Rudy Gobert for Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Yeah.
And what I'm curious to see, the same thing that you told me about Rudy Gobert when we were doing the Jazz, I'm really interested to see what happens with Ben Simmons and how defenses guard him come playoff time and what that's going to mean. Because I heard Kenny Smith compare him to Rondo, and I love that. Because I think that's how he would have to be successful. But even Rondo, when you gave him the shot, he might not make it, but he would fucking take it.
Mm-hmm.
Simmons has the basketball IQ to know that.
But the whole thing is not Rondo in the beginning. Early Celtics days, he I want to say when he won his championship.
Yeah.
And when he went to the 2010 when he was in the 2010 playoff the finals, he wasn't even really a shooter like that.
No, he was an inefficient shooter, but
but he wouldn't take that shot that often.
He would take it if you left him wide open. He wouldn't make it a lot, but he would take it.
Yeah, and I know if they passed it to him and he had a wide open shot, sure.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Dribbling, people. I remember defenses used to play him if he was at the 3-point line. They would literally play him towards the baseline.
Yeah, and they would go, but whenever they went under the screen, not every time they would go under the screen, he would shoot it, but a lot. If you went low enough under the screen where you're in the paint, he was gonna shoot the 3. He used to do this to Chicago relentlessly, like Tibbs. He would have great numbers against Tom Thibodeau for whatever reason because the way Tibbs guarded him, he left that mid-range shot wide open for him and he would just take a bunch of attempts versus them, and that's why I think about it. But I don't know if Ben Simmons is going to be able to deal with somebody that just says, "Listen, man, you're gonna get a charge, or you're gonna shoot it, or you're gonna let the ball go, because I'm gonna stand here in the paint, not in the paint, but outside the restricted area, waiting for your ass." And I don't know. I just don't. I think they're contenders. I I hope that Doc Rivers doesn't choke again in the playoffs. But that's the other thing you got to worry about is Doc Rivers getting shaky on the board.
Nah, he's not. I promise you.
I mean, if he brings Kevin Garnett should come in and assistant coach this team. That would make me feel a lot more comfortable.
So what I really wanted to get into when we talked about Philly was are you guys gonna apologize to Doc Rivers?
No,
not at all.
No, absolutely not.
So you guys don't think
if he wins a championship, maybe.
No, still not even then.
It depends on how he wins the championship.
So my whole thing is, when does it become, it was the player's fault versus the coach's fault? When the coach goes to a team with who was the 8th seed. Well, no, what was it? They were the 7th seed, right? Last year.
It becomes not his fault when they win.
I'm saying that it was everybody's fault, and he rightfully was fired after losing his second 3-1 series. So I will never apologize for his firing. I think it was the right call, regardless of whose fault it was.
Yeah. But I think, yes, by the way. I think that.
What'd you say? Oh, yeah.
Hey. By the way. But I think that, what do you call it? I think that Doc Rivers can get them to the 1 seed, and I think Doc Rivers can get them to maybe the conference finals. But I like what he's doing with the team. I knew that he was going to make them a better defensive team. And I like that they have Seth Curry, that he comes in and makes shots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of good things about Philadelphia that weren't there previously. And you know who we haven't mentioned one word about? Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
Been amazing. Could have easily been an all-star this year. Easily.
Yeah.
And I think they have the pieces. I don't think they need any more help.
Yeah. I wouldn't do anything. Like, you just figure it out with that team. And I think
but I'll tell you something right now. If they don't get it done this year, it's time for Simmons and Embiid. Especially if it's one of those things like I'm saying with Simmons. Listen, hear me out. Because I've been on the train of keeping them together for a really long time. This is the first time I've ever said this.
Yeah.
And it's because if they lose the way I think they're going to lose, if they do, which is through Simmons, and it's going to be on Simmons, because I think Embiid is going to get you 30 in any series. My concern is, will Simmons be able to get you a 10-point triple-double? Or close to it? Because he's going to need to in order to be relevant. Or he's going to have to sit down. And if he becomes unplayable, you're fucked. Fucked. And that's where they're going to have to break him up. But I hope I'm wrong. I want to see them win. I really want to see them win.
Doesn't Simmons have a huge deal? Like, he got a big contract, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he's extremely overpaid.
Oh, see, I think that's tough. I think that's tough. He does everything except score. Literally everything. And he's a huge reason they're winning. And there's no way to deny that. And Rudy Gobert makes $200 million.
What about Draymond Green? Draymond Green, how is he that much different than Draymond?
He's not, but Draymond in his prime was being paid, and I didn't think he was overpaid.
If he was getting paid what he's getting paid right now, Draymond in his prime would be properly paid. I don't think so. I'm saying
I don't think Draymond Green was overpaid when the Warriors were on their run. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying right now, yeah, he's overpaid. He can't put a basket in.
Yeah, but he didn't have a huge contract. He got his huge contract after KD left.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But what I'm saying is, like, if Draymond had his contract right now, the contract that he had right now, and I still don't think I'm like, he's definitely important.
I think Simmons is more athletic. He's a better passer. And right now, at this stage of the game, he's a better defender.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
And I think.
But do you think he's better than Draymond at his prime?
That's super unfair.
So,
Draymond is so blessed by the talent around him that it's hard to say how effective he actually was to effectively say that. Whereas Ben Simmons, I know for a fact he's the second best player on this team. In my opinion. Whereas Draymond, maybe he's fourth, Maybe he's third sometimes.
Yeah.
He's certainly the anchor on defense, like Ben Simmons.
In the 2016 with the 2016 Warriors before KD.
Yeah.
You could argue
Draymond was like that, but that's his prime.
Yeah, he was second or third.
Yeah, but that season, if you look at it in comparison to his other seasons, is more like an anomaly, and we have looked at it. Mm-hmm. But it's more like the anomaly where he's shooting well from three, and like that's what made them win 73 games.
Yeah,
and then you saw it happen again a few years later without Kevin Durant in the conference finals against Portland.
Yeah,
but I think Ben Simmons is more skilled at more things and is a little bit bigger. And, I just think
my whole thing is I do think Ben Simmons is better than Draymond. Like but it's just, I just don't know if a guy, and I think Ben Simmons and Draymond, Ben Simmons is better if you put him in a blender and you say, Nothing. You guys are
no team situation. Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just say who's better in that sense. But the only reason that Draymond might seem like he was worth his, he was more bang for your buck because obviously he helped them win championships and it was important. But with Simmons, I don't know. Like if they lose in the second round again, to me that's a waste of money. Like, because at least Embiid is giving you an MVP caliber season. Like, you feel like you made your money. Like, all right, sure, this guy's a good utility guy, but it's not winning me anything close. You know what I mean? Like, so that's like, because that's the part of the game that matters too. Like, is like how much is your impact? Like, maybe you're a better player than Draymond, but do you have more impact than he does?
And that's why I think they would trade him after the season, because I think that he could make a huge impact on other teams as well as the team he's on, which is the one thing that I can't say for sure with Draymond Green. Like, I can't say for sure that if Draymond Green was in Charlotte, that he would make a big difference. But I know that if Ben Simmons was there, he would make a huge fucking difference.
Yeah. And you want to know what's crazy? Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure Philly had a deal for Harden.
Yeah, that's been coming out a lot. Like
Ben Simmons was part of that deal.
Yeah. He was. It was going to be Simmons for Harden. I think they would have been better off with Harden, if you're asking me that. Because I just because of, especially
knowing what you know now.
Nets Harden, pure point guard. We just compared him to Magic Johnson Harden. Oh my God.
Yeah. But the whole thing is like,
it'd be Kareem Magic Light. That's what it would be.
Yeah. The only thing is we gotta remember, Harden is playing in a system that he's very familiar in with the Nets. I don't know if he's.
That's true.
Yeah, so this might affect him a little bit more, but
but I think Doc is very much like he'll bend, and also Daryl Morey's there. He knows what Harden can do.
Yeah, that was why I felt like him going to Philly was like a thing.
But I think they are contenders. If they can make it to the finals, I think they should. I think they'll probably win. But it's just a matter of will Doc get them there. I don't know. Yeah. That's the big X factor when it comes postseason time, and that wasn't always a thing, and it's really become a thing when you look back at his history.
Yeah, you want to know what? Because Ben Simmons just a couple weeks ago, didn't he have like a 46-12 and
when Embiid was not there. Yeah.
And you just look at that, and if y'all could somehow figure that out together, like how y'all could both dominate together, like that, maybe they could have Ben Simmons running the bench a little bit more, like like try to.
Now you're thinking like me. This is how I always think.
Yeah, but I mean, like in terms of I wouldn't say put him at 6-man, but I'd say like maybe have him with the second unit a little bit more before Embiid comes in or something, and then Embiid could have could run with, I don't know, Seth and Tobias for a couple minutes while Simmons, and then towards the end of the game you have both of them in. But I think if you do something like that, they could be a little bit more effective.
The Simmons, I will never leave the I will never leave the train, and I will be the conductor of the train of Ben Simmons would be the best center in basketball. He would be so sick and totally different at center. And he has the size and the defensive capabilities to get that done. And even though he can't shoot, and we've seen it a couple of times against Utah where he had the 42 points, he put it right on Gobert's face. No problem. Like, Ben Simmons is a savage when given the green light. I just don't know. He doesn't think like that all the time. Joel needed to not be there for him to enter this sicko mode. And so I don't know.
It's like the exact opposite of Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah,
because Kobe was just like on green all the time, and you had to, make him go yellow or red sometimes. and this guy's just like, I'm on red, and I'm just waiting.
Yeah, just like a patient shark in waters.
Yeah.
But I think they have a chance, and I don't know who would win a series between them and Brooklyn. That's a really interesting meeting of the minds. It's two different schools of thought.
Yeah.
Completely two different schools of thought. A team that's crushing you on the inside and a team that's crushing you on the outside.
Yeah, but see, and my whole thing is with Philly, they could keep up with them offensively. To me, I trust them in a 7-game series against Brooklyn to keep up offensively, because Embiid can do he's a walking bucket there, because who are you gonna put on him? You have nobody that you could leave on him that's gonna make it a thing. So he could at least keep up with whatever scoring is happening on the other side, because he's gonna be a mismatch on Harden, and he's gonna have the Gobert effect. The only thing is, when you take away Gobert's defense like that, you're gonna and that's funny is this Utah? Yeah, that's crazy. I'm lit. I do that stuff on purpose, man. All right, but he's different from Gobert, because he could give you fucking 35 and it'll be easy. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I think that's why I see Philly being able to win that series probably in 6.
I don't know if they're going to be limited I just don't know if they're going to be crippled by Simmons, if they're just going to be, if the defenses are going to say, we're putting 2 guys on Joel, and the guy who's coming off to double Joel is the guy guarding Simmons. Like, I don't know what they're going to do in that situation. We'll see. They haven't had a lot of answers for it.
They got other shooters there that
But this is the same thing as the Jazz. It's the same situation where it comes down to the others now. So we'll see.
And then you have Tobias Harris.
You got Seth Curry. You got like dudes shooting like 46, 45% from the 3-point.
To me, it's not very different. They have very similar issues. It's just a matter of will their guys be able to step up in the big moments.
Can we talk about how losing Seth Curry fucked the Mavericks and nobody saw that coming, did they?
Oh my God. I have a friend who did see it coming, and he also texted me. He was like, because the Mavericks played Philly recently, and he texts me and he goes, I don't want to hear shit about Josh Richardson again. I don't want to hear another word about Josh Richardson and how good he was in Miami and how good he was for Philly, how they were the number 1 defense. This man cannot shoot for shit, and he's ruined our offense. And I was like, I don't know. But maybe I'm missing the thing on Seth Curry. Is he like good? I don't think he's good.
He shoots well, and like he's good for a bucket when you need it, and I think that's what the Mavs needed.
Like, why
and he's
wouldn't
giving that to the Sixers, which they need.
He's not the most exploitable guy defensively. He's got to be.
I mean, he's done really good in specific. Like, look at the series last year with the Mavs against Clippers. He went crazy in that series. The series with Portland, he's went crazy in series with Portland too. Like being their 6th man and stuff. Like, he's nice, bro. Like, he's that nice.
He's one of those big game guys though too. Like,
yeah. And that's what you want, especially if you got in one of your other guys. You want your other guys to be a big game kind of dude. Like,
we'll see. I mean, I personally would rather have Jordan Clarkson right now than Seth Curry, but
absolutely not. Hell no.
Like I said, I'm just missing it. I don't understand. Everyone keeps comparing him to his brother, and I'm like, that's too much.
I would take Tobias Harris over Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah, I would take Tobias. Yeah, that we won't talk about Tobias Harris. That's a different story.
Wait, yeah, I won't
expect Tobias Harris.
Lindsay, you wouldn't take Seth Curry over Jordan Clarkson?
I don't think so.
Yo, that's funny. Yo, this guy. All right, just to let y'all know, Jordan Clarkson hasn't done shit in his career.
But I'm saying this season. I'm not talking about his career. Talk about this second. I would take.
But the whole thing is like you're saying, I'm gonna take this guy. So you're taking his whole package because now when you go into a 7-game series, you're saying, all right, I trust this guy over this guy in a 7-game series.
I don't know what makes you think Seth Curry is to be trusted. That's what I don't understand. I don't see any rings on his finger. I don't see any.
But you can tell those kind of players though. Like he literally like he was like one of the, besides Luka being completely crazy. Like Seth Curry was.
Who'd you rather have, Seth Curry or Mike Conley? You're gonna tell me Seth Curry? That's pathetic. It's not true.
I'd probably go Mike Conley because of his history, but it's not that far.
That's insane. That's insane.
That far away.
I totally disagree. I totally disagree. That's insane.
That's cool. You're gonna see, yo, when
Seth Curry, a glorified starter, he's barely a starter in the NBA.
I gotta write this.
His last name, he gets his.
It's not that. Is what he's gonna do and what he's gonna do for you during a series. I'm not saying he's the guy. I would never say.
What he's gonna do for you in the series is get bodied by the best scorer because they're gonna try and switch on to him. That's what's going to happen. There's 4 high-quality defenders on Philly. They're going to fucking attack little Seth Curry. It's going to happen. LeBron's going to back him down and just fuck him up. That's what would happen. Seth Curry's going to end up being a liability unless he shoots 5 of 9 from 3.
But I'm not saying that he could win against. That he's going to be the reason they win against the Lakers. I think they're going to lose against the Lakers. But you're talking about the Lakers. Now let's talk about Brooklyn.
Yeah,
a team that actually is gonna matter to them. Like you're gonna have Embiid is gonna be one of those guys dominating Brooklyn. But then when you start making the other guys start doing stuff, Seth Curry, who's come in big in series, is gonna. That's when he's amplified. Like that's what I'm talking about. You putting him in a great position with his talents. Like. I don't know.
I think you're asking him to do a little too much. That's my opinion. I just don't look at him like
he's going to get you a solid 15, 16 points a game. And you need that from a guy. You need a guy who's going to get you automatic buckets. And he's going to do that. That's a fact. Like, I've seen him do it. And he's, like, coming, like, big in games. Like, I've seen it.
You would you rather have J.J. Redick or Seth Curry?
But you didn't even ask me that. I got to go.
I'm just asking Lindsay because she's a Clipper fan and she knows JJ Redick a little bit.
Well, like this current JJ Redick, I would take Seth Curry over this.
Yeah, me too. But I'm saying,
I wouldn't take Seth Curry over JJ Redick. Like
no, I wouldn't take that.
Magic JJ.
Here's what I'm saying, man. What's the difference? What's the difference between JJ Redick at his peak and this fucking guy?
He's a bigger guy. He plays better defense than JJ did.
We'll see. That's where I totally disagree.
I mean, it's not like crazy, but he's like, I've seen him pickpocket people, shit like that. Like,
I mean, I've seen JJ Redick get a couple of steals. Like, I just think he's not. It helps when you're behind Embiid and Simmons and all those boys. Like,
because JJ's what? JJ's like 5'10". Like Seth is like
he's like 6'4".
JJ Redick is not.
Oh my God, we're gonna look.
Small guy.
He's not. He's 6'4". I'm 100% sure he's
JJ Redick. I'm pretty sure.
At least 6'4". 6'3". Sorry, I was 1 inch off.
I always thought JJ
was 5'10".
That's a fact, man. Yo, go to Seth Curry. How big is Seth? Seth Curry's got like 20
He's probably the exact same height.
That's what he.
So let's see. JJ Redick, 6'3", 200. Seth Curry, I bet he's 6'3", 195 or something.
185?
6'2", 185. Yeah, exactly my point.
Find out.
My point. They're very similar, and
But
I
he's
don't.
way better than Jordan Clarkson. No, that's what I'm saying. Like Jordan Clarkson is ass, bro. He's not gonna do.
He was asked for your team, that's for sure.
Jordan Clarkson right now has 18.3 points a game on 46% shooting, 38 from three, and 96 from the free throw.
That's cute, but I ain't trusting him. I'm not trusting him. He has done nothing.
That's the key to him never starting, though. As long as he doesn't start, he can be trusted. But the moment you go, I think this guy has the talent to be a starter, that's when he bones you hard. It's kind of like Fitzmagic and paying Ryan Fitzpatrick. When as soon as you pay him, he fucking blows, throws interceptions.
And is this a contract year for him? It's probably a contract year for his bitch ass.
Here we go. Let's see.
No. Not. You're doing Seth's.
He's got 3 years. Yeah. Who were you asking about?
Jordan Clarkson.
Oh. Okay. Drum roll. Damn. Michael Jordan, DeAndre Jordan, Jordan Clarkson. The third most popular Jordan in Basketball Reference. No, he's got a nice deal.
Oh, you got a nice little deal. All right. That says something.
He's chilling. He just got paid. But I don't know who I'd rather have, and I don't know what the difference between Seth Curry and JJ Redick is, and because of that, I would say the same things about JJ Redick, and I did when he was on Philly.
Help teams get to finals.
When JJ Redick was on Philadelphia, he was the guy exploited behind the great defense, and it ended badly.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard. Yo, just remember, I like these moments, man. We gotta remember them for later. So I could be like, yo, I actually said this. Like, that's why. That's so. I just like to remember these.
I speak this shit into existence.
Exactly. I love you though, Philly. You come to the finals. If I'll tell you one thing though. Mm-hmm. If my Lakers have some time, when we get to it. I could do that. But if my Lakers
gonna do that next.
Have some misfortunes and have injuries, and Philly goes to the finals, I'm rooting for Philly.
Word.
That's any of these West teams. I don't fuck with Utah like that.
Time out. Question. Who's your East team this year? Brooklyn or Philly? Who's now?
Philly.
I like Brooklyn more, but I have to go with my take because I'm going with. I truly do think Philly's gonna beat them, but if Brooklyn wins, I wouldn't be mad because I'm like I like these players, I like rooting for them, like I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Fucking.
You going with Milwaukee's bitch ass? That's who you're.
We're gonna get to that.
No, but you go for Philly. I know that because you love Embiid. You know.
Yeah, I feel like if it was Embiid versus. I feel like if it was fucking Philly versus Brooklyn, I think I'd root for Embiid. I definitely would.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that dude.
Even with Durant, you love Durant.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Durant has really lost my respect, and he's gonna hate to hear that because he knows me so well.
Yeah.
But
and it's crazy. He's gonna.
It's just because like you left a situation. You left a situation in Golden State because you didn't want to be. I don't know. Who the fuck knows why he wanted to leave? Because he's got the same situation in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
He's got an overpowering team. Like, I don't know.
No, I disagree.
There's something inherently pussy about that.
Because of the flaws you see in Brooklyn's defense, I don't think it's the same. Like, I don't think it's a team. Like,
Steve Kerr might be a better coach.
Huh?
Steve Kerr, probably a better coach.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100% sure.
But I just think there's something inherently pussy about always being...
I agree with that, though. He is kind of pussy, though.
Yeah.
It's like, bruh, like, you were supposed to come 1-2 punch. Let's start trying to fight this shit.
That's what I'm saying. We had a league of duos.
Yeah, and then you...
league of duos.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yo, Katie, you a pussy.
What the fuck, Katie?
You's a bitch, Katie.
I agree.
I like watching you, but you's a bitch. My Geechee Gotti voice.
Why the fuck did he do that?
Yeah, he's a not I thought. Because, like I said, I'm over here saying, like, yo, Brooklyn is a contender. When y'all lose in the second round, fuck out of here, boy. Don't play with us.
Look, and I just think All right, fuck it. Go Philly. Go Philly.